Hey guys, Coach Jan. We are back streaming. My son called, and he's with his mom this Christmas, so we went back to. I stopped my last stream. You can check it out. I'll put it on my YouTube. And now we're doing push hands, Autumn and I. So it's gonna be good. And we're doing freestyle fixed push hands, slow, really focusing on pressure redirection, concept, strategy, and just the little details. So it'll be good.
You want to go back to the line?
So we're focusing on some really important ideas of this hip line. You see the line, imaginary line? Obviously you don't see it, to visualize. Imaginary line coming out of her hip. You can keep playing. So the second her hand or wrist goes past behind her, that's a danger zone. So where we were talking about, and it even to a certain extent applies to her elbow. Notice her elbow is behind it right now. Now if I just put my arm right here, obviously there are things that she could do like slide her elbow up to my face and stuff like that, but if we're doing collarbone to hip style push hands, this just puts her in an awkward situation. For most people, they're not going to think about the backward elbow stuff. So you can really think about keeping your face connected so that there's no pop. If she pops down, you slide in and protect, but if she pops up, you slide them off. So just using these moments, we're talking about giving up in general. How do you fill space and then strategically take it away? And when you fill space and strategically take it away, the person, when you fill space, knowing that there's going to be a reaction, let me actually adjust the camera. When you fill space knowing there's going to be a reaction, the person who's reacting then gives up space on the other side. So if I fill my left arm into their space, they push against my left arm. I'm using my right arm to fill the space that they're giving up. And that's the essence of the anaconda concepts that Josh Waitskin and Dan Caulfield brought from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu into Taiwanese-style sports Tai Chi push hands. So we're going to I'm going to be using that a lot today, right now. Cool. Let's go. It always does.
What?
It always does. So here we go, same thing again. She's brought her elbow behind her back. Now this is okay, it's not ideal, but she can use it to her advantage if she were to fill her tricep and use it to fill space toward my collarbone. Great, so inflate toward my collarbone. But as she does that, there has to be an awareness back here because she's getting loose back here. And not loose as in relaxed, but loose as in unaware. So that puts her in danger for me to flip and turn her. So, just little details like that we want to keep in mind. I'm going to make an adjustment here so you can see more. Alright, great. That's fine. Good job. So she almost got me on this with her right hand. So the only way I could get my balance back was to pressure her fingers, meaning that her fingers were at an awkward angle. So I had to reach just slightly to roll my skin against her joints, and then drop my weight onto, through my tricep onto her fingers, which causes some pain, which causes her to back away. If she would have made some adjustments, she could have gotten me off because she had a really great angle. Even here, the second I start feeling the pressure that she's putting on, I start adjusting my skin, angling my skin, sticking. This is essentially sticking in Tai Chi. I'm angling the skin on my abdomen to roll against her joint, and that causes pain. So you want the softness of your movement to cause a reaction on your opponent that you can take advantage of. My father right now, is doing a really great job of feeling like every time you touch him, there's a blade.
Is your most of your weight here right now?
70% of my weight is forward, yes.
I feel like rarely is that the case for me.
Yeah, that comes from just practicing that in your form a lot too. So here's that danger zone. You're behind.
Okay.
So yeah, what are we gonna do? Here, good stuff. That's great. That's really good. I'm gonna slide over the camera again. All right, cool. Just like. Really nice.
No sharp movements.
So, but did you feel that how you did a great job of filling on one side and you gave up the other side?
I didn't catch how I gave up the other side, but I was consciously lowering myself to free.
You were lowering and expanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how did you get me on the other
So
side?
yeah, I just made so for fixed step push hands. Obviously, the game is to get someone to lift their foot or to move off a pedestal if they're on a foot. So I got her to move her back leg, and that's because you put so much emphasis here without having counterbalance emphasis. And the
Okay.
counterbalance emphasis, for anyone who's watching this, happens at the very least in Wu style Tai Chi. That's my base style. The way the counterbalance emphasis works, and it has to be in all your forms, but is the anchor, the heel as the anchor. So as I go forward, I am deepening the anchor of the back heel into the ground.
Mm.
So there's that little idea that exhaling forward, 70% of my weight forward, the back heel digging even more into the ground by nature of my forward.
Almost like a nail is going further and further
Exactly.
as you expand forward.
So yeah, the mind is going in both directions at the same time, but it's less. That's why 70% of the weight forward, that same amount of the mind. That's not necessarily the same amount, but the concept is there's still idea back here,
Okay.
with the exact percentage.
That's very helpful. So anytime I'm putting more weight on the front, I'm also
Every single time.
simultaneously.
Every single time. Yeah. There's really never a time where I'm not doing that unless I know I'm going forward and I'm gonna walk forward, or I'm gonna like blitz forward in some respect.
Hurt my back.
How'd you hurt your back?
I was twisting as I was trying to catch your joint to lock it to push you over your own body, and I twisted my back in a way that wasn't helpful.
Okay, so you feel a little tweak in your back?
No, I don't. I stopped because I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. In general, again, like the
Is it possible to lock someone's from here and push them over?
yeah. I mean, anything's possible. It's just a matter of like, have you found the alignment for your bones and the other person's bones?
I thought I found it for yours, but apparently I didn't.
Yeah, let's do some of this real quick. Push, push. 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 Good stuff. So this is the Wu style 4-push exercise. This is really the thing you should be doing more of when this hand comes over. Complete the push through. And you make sure you complete your pushes over. You can watch my videos on YouTube on the 4-push Wu style drill. This is the most complete push hands drill I've experienced from any style. And I'll do a deeper dive on the, I don't think I've ever really done a super deep dive on this in a video, and I really should. But it's the extension, because you want to make sure that, especially for me, I'm still recovering from a car accident for 2 of them. So for me, making sure I extend, which I used to do as a teenager, like it's still the same concept. It's that foundationally this exercise helps you gain strength and flexibility. So one of the great things to do while you're doing it is to focus on while you're doing it is the full extension. My heel, I'm feeling my heel connected, and my arm is, I'm reaching through the curve. I'm pushing all the way through, and then I'm receiving, rolling back, and I'm pushing all the way through. And when I say all the way through, I'm not opening up and trying to stretch myself like overtly. These are subtle stretches reaching through the curve. I keep saying reaching through the curve. Heel to the ground, hip turning, waist turning, reaching through the curve, but not to the point where I put myself in a martially, in a position that's not martially viable. So that means be realistic. And obviously, like, realistic has quotations around it because some people think Tai Chi is not realistic as a martial art. And what that really means is that they don't understand that it's the mechanics of Tai Chi that are adapted to other martial arts that helps you be more sensitive in whatever your style is. So it's not so much that Tai Chi is the martial art; it's an approach to your martial art or to your body, to anything that you're doing. So within the realm of your realism, how you define it, stretch, reach through the curve, which is essentially stretching without like elongating, overtly elongating. So I could reach through the curve here if I wanted to. Boom, I reached through the curve. And now I'm soft. Or I could reach through the curve more overtly. Let me adjust this camera. We'll switch legs.
We should probably stretch momentarily.
Okay.
Yeah, we should.
Okay, switch legs first. Double push. Push. Roll back. Good. This is the stretch I need for my lower back. This is great. This is so nice. 3 hours of this stuff makes you super limber and strong.
This direction's causing me more challenge. This direction's more challenging for me.
The stretch or this direction? And another note is the connection between the hands and the hips.
Now, this is when I'm tripping up on this direction. I let go of both. When do I let go of this? Obviously this comes here.
First of all, you never have held it, so there should not be a let go.
I don't mean let go like, I
Okay.
mean like when do I let it go, like cross?
Right here, you aim. When you feel like I've reached the apex of my movement, then you should already be going. And that's part like right here, you can't go more. You really can't without breaking your back connection. That's not the game we're playing. So if I know that that's the rules of engagement, I'm going to prepare for your next move. And remember, all the stuff we're doing is training particular skill sets under certain circumstances. And that just connects back to the whole.
Feels clunky right there.
It's okay. You'll find your own rhythm for that. And remember not to pull back to allow yourself. See how you just pulled your shoulder back?
I don't know.
Okay, so you just lost balance. You just lost balance because you pulled your shoulders back. You pulled your shoulder back unmotivated. So wait for the motivation of my pressure to respond to, so that you're not responding to nothing.
Can you point it out, please?
Sure. Boom. See how you just gave up all that space without me pushing you at all?
I don't know.
Okay. So you just gave up all this. This shoulder was right here. And yes, by nature of you pushing, the body's going to turn.
So it should stay in this position.
Not so much stay in this position. Emphasize instead of shoulder, hip turn. Because what you're seeking is more power to dig into me.
Okay. And more power is from the waist.
from the waist and hips, and those are two different power sets that work in tandem.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And notice that when I can't go under, I go over. It's sometimes I'll be in certain moods where I'll just do this, go, and I'll flip over, and that's coming from a more young style. Their push hands has that little over. So yeah, grab there. So you feel how I'm stretching now onto you.
Yes.
So you should be doing that on me. If you allow yourself to stretch onto me, you're going to be able to relax onto me and weaponize your relaxation, and that's pretty amazing. Good. And when you relax forward, you gotta make sure that you tuck in your chin. Otherwise, you're gonna be looking up and you're exposing your. You still want to make sure that you take into consideration other martial experiences when you do this. Nice. Yeah, good stretch. So I hope that was helpful, folks. Gonna stretch up now. I feel so good doing that.
I feel like that was the first time I actually feel like I was able to retain it.
It's so important.
Felt really nice. I'm starting to understand I'm starting to actually understand what the forms are like. I'm starting to understand the value of the forms more. Other than obviously trusting that what you say is the truth. I'm starting to really understand.
You mean the form that the drill we just did, or actual Tai Chi forms?
The forms themselves.
Yeah, it's super valuable.
It just feels so daunting, and that's something that I feel like I struggle with generally,
You mean learning all that choreography?
Yes.
Well, think of it this way: it's if you wanted it the thing I love about forms in general, but more specifically Tai Chi forms, is that Tai Chi forms aren't asking you to learn a bunch of forms to learn the system. And that's the coolest thing. To me, Kung Fu, Karate, Taekwondo, and more, there's all these different forms to learn. And, Josh used to call it forms collector. People would collect these forms. And there's a certain level of incompletion that never resonated with me about
that. I love the movements, but I'm man, I just wish I could just do one thing deeply. And to be able to have a single form, and then to have whatever Qigong exercises that you do that fill you up, and obviously your stretching routine, and be able to bring all of that into your push hands, and to have push hands not be a freestyle all the time, because if you're freestyle push hands all the time, you're going to develop tension because you're going to not have the enough time doing the redirection drills and relaxing into them. So I think forms are just so valuable.
What a great Christmas party.
Really nice.
It's really nice to be able to celebrate the holidays but still maintain, a routine.
Yeah. I'm really proud of you that you ran.
It was the most joyous because like I could have. It was such a nice feeling like I could keep going.
That's great.
You know, and that's like so important because like I've never really felt like that, and I wasn't like, oh, just 5 more minutes or just another, half a mile. Like, it actually felt like it felt more holistic, and like it was really nice actually.
That's awesome.
And I really focused on actually running lightly and getting the proper bounce so that my knees don't just hit the pavement, and focusing on like the bounce upward.
Yeah.
And like how is the pad of my foot like actually hitting the ground?
Yeah. Or I mean, even if you change the word in your mind from hit to connect.
Yeah, and that caused me to run at a slower pace, at a more consistent pace, which has always been a challenge for me. And that pace helped me keep my feet underneath my body instead of going too forward with my foot, which is another thing I usually do.
Okay.
So when you're like, it's better on the knees the closer you keep your feet underneath your body. So if you're going to run faster, the challenge is if you're not training, your foot's going to go so far out, but your body actually, how to go faster is actually like keeping your foot underneath your body and doing quicker steps, not necessarily sprawling your leg.
You're gonna shower?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm going to do a little. You're inspiring me. I'm gonna do a little something right now to open up. Just to open up. It's gonna be good.
So I'm going to finish stretching.
Cool. Well, we'll leave that for you for a second. We'll go to the bathroom. We'll be right back. Good training, movement, I'll do some big movement, and it's gonna be great. Okay, so guys, we're gonna do some bigger movements now. Where's Autumn?
Right near the tree.
Right near the tree. We're some bigger movements now. Because Autumn just got a nice training session in running and then doing push hands with me. I was doing some qigong and neigong exercises, and but I want to get a bit more of a sweat in. So I want to do something that's less common movement-wise, and I think I'm gonna have to do some boxing footwork and some Shaolin kicks. That seems like nice, and some Shaolin arm movements. So I think I'll
Do you want me to like let you know specific minutes before to shower, or?
Just let me know, like, what time we're supposed to leave? We're gonna see Wonka at the Directors Guild here in
2:45,
LA.
so
2:45?
that's like
Okay,
about
2:45.
30 minutes away.
Okay, cool. So you get some good stuff in.
For like 20 minutes, so,
Yeah, like 20 minutes training.
including stretching.
Yeah. Yeah. What time is it? 2:09? Yeah, let's do it. Alright, here we go. So I'm going to do my 15s format that I'm always talking about, the pyramid workout. 3 exercises, 15 of each, 14 of each, 13 of each, all the way down. And the first exercise is going to be boxing footwork, so in, out, in, out, in, out. I'm going to alternate each set with my left leg or my right leg forward, orthodox, or or southpaw. And my next, so that'll be the first of the three is boxing footwork. The second of the three is going to be a Shaolin hand movement exercise. So the first one, well, I'll be switching it up a lot. The first one's going to be this over, actually no, first one will be up, over, boom, down, this wonderful exercise. And I'll talk through it. And finally it'll be a kick, and whatever kick will come to mind, whether it's Shaolin, probably we do Shaolin at least for the first 5 of the 15. And we'll start now. So if you are going to join me, I always recommend before you jump into any of these exercises, make sure that you have your circulation flowing, and we're going to do uplifting heaven, inhaling up, even deeper, exhaling down. So uplifting heaven is really the way that I connect to my center line, and your center line is your awareness that goes through the center of your body. If your body disappears, the whole concept of the center line is if your body, boom, disappears, you still have that center line awareness. So that your awareness is the centermost experience in your physical being, deeper than your physical being. So you want to connect to that and connect to the breath work. So you can conduct your attention through the body. Inhaling up. Exhale, wash the color. The breath has a color down the body, out the body. And do one more of those. Great, and boxing footwork begins now. 15. And then hands up, feet shoulder width apart. One hand, right hand on top of the left. Right goes up. Hands opposite sides. Cover, pull. So I'm pulling like sticking my foot out, crossing the leg, doing this to stretch through and pull. So I'm not going to talk too much through this because I actually want to train, so I get the workout in. Each side is 1 for 15. Drawing the breath into the color, exhaling it out. Inhale, exhale. Eye on the middle finger, the chopping hand, and the rising hand. Rising hand, chopping hand. Rising hand, chopping hand. Eyes follow. Breath follows the middle finger. And kicks. Let's do a front snap kick. Well, actually, no. Side jiao. Shaolin Kung Fu. Straight leg kick. 15 each leg. Switch. Up. 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14. And then 14, I'm going to do Shibu, which is this stance here, monkey stance from Shaolin Kung Fu. Someone grabs your hip, clothing, whip the hand off. These hands are actually pulling apart braids, historical Chinese warfare concept. These guys have braids on, pull the braids apart. But anyway, here, one hand touching on top, other fist above the head, straight alignment. Some people go down a lot. I'm really just doing this for my joy of the flexibility and the color visualization. Inhale. Exhale, push the color. Inhale, Exhale, push the color. Inhale, draw the color into the belly. Exhale, whip it through the body, the limbs. Each side is one. Eye follows the middle finger of the hand going back, and then eyes whip forward. Inhaling, eyes follow the middle finger. Inhale through that middle finger down the arm to the belly. Exhale out. Exhale, especially down the other arm. Inhale through one arm. Exhale through the other. And feel this beautiful stretch that you get through these exercises. Again, Shaolin Kung Fu originates from India. India's Kali Prayat, and which is like an exuberant yoga. All right, and then kicks we're going to do. Flex foot kicks. Shaolin, open the chest, push the heel of the palm out, open heart, and toes going to flex rather than point. Going to flex towards your nose, and 14 each side. Switch. And up to heaven. 13. 1, 2, 3. Hands up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13. All right. And 13 punches. We're going to go down, out. So down, out, switch, down, out. Punching in both directions. And I'm going to drop into the horse stance. Do my best to keep the horse stance the entire time. Hands cover fist, hollow, gentle fist in front of the face. As the fist push out, squeeze and punch, push the color visualization through the fist. So inhale to the belly, lower dantian. Exhale, push out, switch. And 13 kicks. We're going to do outside crescent kicks. Omi Topol, which means Buddha bless you. Shaolin Temple, Shaolin Kung Fu is Chan Buddhism. Same thing. Opening your heart is opening your heart to Buddha, or while I'm not Buddhist, the whole concept of opening your heart to higher power. Very important. Allow the best version of yourself to come through, connecting to the source, the highest good for all. So open the chest with that in mind, and inhale to the belly, exhale, kick the color through the leg as you go up. Switch sides. And above the hip. 12. And 12. Rotate the arm, the shoulder, getting out of arm lock. Releasing, notice that my arm whips, my shoulder whips. Gentle, other hand clearing my hips. Come around, exhale, pull down, clear, come around, exhale, pull down. 2. here. Someone's trying to lock your arm. You turn your elbow and roll out of the lock, and then drop down, pull an arm down like you're dragging an arm, and then release. And kicks, inside crescent kicks, only elbow. 12. Switch. They have it. 11. And punches. Chamber. I have scar tissue on my wrists from birth. My wrist will never turn up because of the scar tissue. If you can, turn your wrist with your palm facing the sky or the ceiling, go for that. You will never see me do it correctly because of that, which is why I don't compete in forms, why I focus more on sparring and fighting, so because I have to move my own way. That being said, chamber, high chamber or low chamber is fine. I'm going to do high chamber to get a stretch in the upper chest, softening the shoulders, inhaling up, hand, foot comes out, hand, foot comes out, step, grab, and throw the punch. And then you'll just reverse the direction, coming to a high chamber, reach, open the foot, step out, punch. High chamber, and we're gonna go 12 times each side. Do your best to try to get the thigh parallel to the ground when you get into your bow stance or gongbu, which is the stance that I'm going from one leg into the bow stance. My long bow. Inhale up and switch, stepping wide, sink in. On that pivot, helps me sink in. Hips and shoulders ideally square to the wall in front of you, heart facing forward. That imaginary string we did in the beginning, you still feel it, especially when you sink down. Use that to check your posture. Imaginary string lifts me up. Imaginary string lifts me up. Imaginary string, still imaginary string. Push the collar through the knuckles. Inhale, draw the collar into the fingers, into the belly, step. Exhale, push the collar out. Inhale, draw the collar in, stage 1, stage 2, inhalation, exhale. Inhale, stage 1. Inhale, deeper, stage 2, exhale. 1, deeper, 2, exhale. And now, kicks. We're going to do kicks to the side. And 1, 2, reaching out, foot goes behind, 12 times, kicking to the right side, looking to your left and covering. So, 1, 2, 6, 7. Switch. That's 12. Let's check the time. Okay, don't really have much time left, so we're gonna speed it up. We're on 11, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now for hands, we're actually gonna just do boxing. So to speed it up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And for legs, we're gonna do knees. 1, 2, touch the knee to chest, knee to elbow. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10. In and out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Uppercuts. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. And open up. 2, 5, 6, 8.
Figured out what fell, something on the shrine.
Really?
It's still on there, but it fell like.
Really? Okay, 9. In and out. 3, 4, 5. If you do push hands, Tai Chi, anything, you still need to stay limp on the feet. So I highly recommend boxing footwork. Jump rope too, but gentle boxing footwork. Connect into the ground, connect. You can keep your stance, or you can come in if you want. And hooks. 9, 5, 6, 7. And then outside to in. 9. All right. Up with the heaven. 8, 2, 1. Notice that I take that little break. The uplifting heaven break is just to connect me to my breath work and my visualization. If I feel like I'm starting to get tired, I reconnect myself to my center line, and then I go from there. All right, now we're going to do chops. 1, 2, cut across down to your center. That's 8. And now you do knees. 1, 2. 7. Up with the heaven if you need. 7. 5, 6, 7. And then 7, where you do elbows behind. 1, 2, look directly behind you. Cut the elbow across your center line view. 5, 6, 7. Good stuff. And then knees come up, shield. 2, like you're about to throw a side kick or you're shielding from a side kick. 4, 5, 6, 7. And then up with the heaven if you need. Helps you stretch out the back and the shoulders a little bit too. And then 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. And elbows behind. And up 1. This is what I was talking about earlier in the stream. 4, and push hands. Using push hands to help you bridge to other martial experiences. And then 6, we're going to go knee to shoulder across the body, helping you train your roundhouse kicks. Try to touch the other shoulder. 4, 5, 6, and then uplifting heaven. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to do back kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Control it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uplifting heaven. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice that I took a few bounces to get into my rhythm before I started counting. And then 4. We're gonna big back fist. 1, 2, 3, 4. Other side. 1, 2. You can do a counterbalance too. Some people do a big counterbalance. 3, 4. Not always recommend it, but it can be nice, fun, and really just a good stretch. And then side kicks. 4. Each side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have it. 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. Body shots. 1, 2, 3. And then 3. We're gonna slap the back of the foot. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. And then up to heaven. 2, 1, 2, and then 2. Let's do big 1, 1, 2. Wind chump. 2, and then 2. Big outside knee. 2, 2, and then uplifting heaven. And for 1, we're doing 16. We started 15. We're doing 16 to finish stronger than we started. And let's go. Let's do for 16, 8 on each side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Good stuff. And then we're going to do jab, cross, hook, uppercut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Notice that I stepped with the hook on 2 of them, and then against the hook on 2 of them. And then switch sides. Stationary for 4, 4, and now I'm going to step same size the hook so on that. So jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. And then on the opposite of the hook, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. And now 16 kicks each leg, any kick you want. So. And then the other side. Uplifting heaven, ready to stretch it. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale. To the side. Exhale. Lift the side. Exhale. Going right down. Widen the legs. Reach the fingers out. Hold the arms and hang. Switch to one side. Forehead to knee. Inhale, second the belly button, lift the collarbone. Let the head fall to the knee. And switch sides. And again, if your head doesn't go, it's okay. Just the effort and relaxing, don't push it too hard. Eventually you'll get there and beyond. Switching. Inhale out, exhale, reach into it, and go back. Sucking the belly button with the collarbone, exhale, reach into the toe. Sit back as much as you can, let the hip fold forward. It's a nice balance exercise and switch. Again, sucking the belly button, lift the collarbone. Gentle, everything gentle. Switch sides. Sucking the belly button, lift the collarbone up, up. And coming back. So in a moment, I'm going to pause the stream and take a shower. I'm going to pause it for take like a 2-minute shower. Exhaling down. But I'm going to come back on just to chat with you guys. So if you have any thoughts, questions, ideas, if it's your first time on my stream, I'm Coach Jan. I coach the U.S. Tai Chi Push Hands team. I have 3 Tai Chi World Cup titles, and I fought semi-pro Sancho, and a lot of long history in martial arts. Produced a show called Justice for Hire, which is a martial arts cinematic universe. Anybody can join right from their phone. You can check that out on TikTok at Justice for Hire. So anyway, if you have any thoughts, questions, ideas about Tai Chi, martial arts, Justice for Hire, anything, happy to dive in. Or if you just want to say hi for Christmas, that's cool too. Drop your head down. Inhale coming up. Headed to go see Wonka at the Directors Guild with my girlfriend, so it's gonna be pretty cool. We're here in LA. Make sure you're walking around, look behind you, and switch sides. Drop the head down. Notice that I'm flexing my foot to keep the knee safe. So I'm not pointing my toe, I'm actually flexing it. Helps to keep the knee joint safe. Dropping my forehead to the ground. Ideally, I have my shoulders parallel to my shin. And I'm lifting, sucking the belly button in, collarbone up, melting over the leg. Inhale, coming up. All my movements are coordinated with my breathing. Exhale, turning. Inhale, I normally inhale and posture up. Exhale, turn. Being very gentle on the areas of my body that may not be as warm as others. When you're stretching, just recognize that different muscle groups will get work and some of them won't. So that's why doing a full body has quotations around it, because you're only aware of what you're aware of. So if you're not aware of certain areas of your body, you may not recognize that certain areas are cold. And that's what we really want to be aware of. Deepen in our experience with Tai Chi is deepening our awareness, looking into the body, being able to scan your body. Just now I felt in my groin, I'm like, okay, there's some areas that could use some work. So what I'm going to do right here is just give a little work into the hips before I jump in the shower. Gonna do 10 on each side. 3, inhale up, exhale pushing like I'm pushing into a round kick. Inhale up, exhale pushing. My palms are part of my root now. Notice that my right side goes down, my right kicks are stronger than my left. There was only a short period in my life where when I was about to return to Sancho fighting in 2004, I was about to return, and it was just before I got recruited onto the U.S. Tai Chi Push Hands team by Josh Waitskin. My left leg kicks became like amazing, and that was the only time in my life that they were like amazing. And I kicked so hard, I was so happy about it that I developed like tension in my groin. Then I stretched the tension out, got a hernia, and I had to play and compete. It stopped me from competing in Sancho that summer. Instead, I focused on push hands. That's what got me recruited onto the U.S. Tai Chi Push Hands team. And then it wasn't until after the Tai Chi World Cup in Taiwan that year, that December, that I got an operation. And so if that wouldn't have happened, I probably would have focused more on Sancho fighting than Tai Chi Push Hands as a, as the thing I'm focused on. So I'm pausing for a second. I'm gonna come right back in about 5 minutes and talk to you guys a bit on the way. So just give me a little break and I'll see you in a second. And how do I pause this properly? Where's the camera? Am I naked on camera?
No, it's on me.
Okay, cool.
You're getting water everywhere, Jan.
Okay.
Can you stand up?
Is anyone on?
Hmm?
Anyone on?
4 people.
Oh, say hi, please.
I did.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you.
We have to go.
What's going on, guys? Well, we're going to be heading out in a second, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I spend some time on here. This is part of my what I want my new sessions to be like. Really, just kind of like insights into like, hey, how are we training together? What are is there anything that I could be helpful on in your training? Any questions that you might have? And think of me, I always say this to people, like the term sifu, I do, like, that's a kung fu term that I don't like for me. Sifu really means, has to do with like a fatherhood kind of position in people's lives. And if you choose someone to be your sifu, it's a very particular choice. So I look at myself more as a coach. And if you have things that you are working out with your sifu, I would love to be able to give you a different perspective that you can bring to your sifu and test with your sifu. If you have a sifu, if you have another coach or something like that, if you're from a different style, a different culture of martial arts, I just always want to be able to be helpful because it's my favorite thing to share. And I feel like, I was gifted by growing up around so many different masters, Kung Fu and Tai Chi, but then for other styles, because the character building in Kung Fu and Tai Chi just gave me the ability to just kind of be in different, putting a toner on my skin, to be able to just learn from different styles and appreciate karate and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm very close with the Machado family. John Machado in particular is a mentor, and I studied under him, and just a lot of good people. So I always want to make sure that I can pass on as much of that process of that approach, I should say, the approach to how you connect with other styles. And I love doing it through this. So, like I said, please feel free to ask questions, share thoughts or ideas, and otherwise just enjoy and please subscribe. And I don't think I've ever really done this on camera before. But yeah, I just want to make sure because after this I'm going to be signing off for a bit. Definitely won't be on today. Wasn't even sure if I was going to come on at all today for Christmas, but I was like really happy to. And so thank you for everybody. It's our second time streaming today, but we only did a little bit before because my son called. And so really fun. So let me just check these comments. Actually, Autumn.
What? What?
Oh, nothing. I'll check the comments in a second. Just getting some more gear before I head on out. And again, these videos, I post them on my YouTube channel. So in the event you are interested in rewatching any of this stuff, it will be on my YouTube channel, and that's Jan's Tai Chi on YouTube, or youtube.com/worldpushhands. They both take it to the same place. So it's a good life. And
Is it off?
oh, not yet. Can you just check to see if there's any comment that I missed?
How much longer?
4 minutes.
There's no comments.
No? You have to scroll up.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
We really need to go.
Okay. All right. All right, guys, so we're going to sign off. And thank you, as usual, for the love and support. And I will see you soon. And Merry Christmas to you guys. Bye.